Okay. All right. So, good afternoon. What time is it? I don't even know. It's afternoon. I am Denise Camille. I am the Urban Love Therapist. I usually here on the Barber Shops every Saturday. I do Q&A. Well, it's now Q&A's been come down to every first and third Fridays on Provoke Thought. And I took my relationship with self, right? So today's topic, I had a little bit of I was like, I don't know. So I do relationship with self talks every Saturday, right? So I just had the topic. Oh God, okay. I'm at the freestyle improv this one. You're gonna freestyle it, okay. So how important is an emotion in your life?
Depends on the emotion.
Depends on the emotion?
Yeah,
What you mean?
Like, what emotion is considered when you whine and complain and you ain't doing nothing enough?
Oh, is that complacency?
Okay, well, complacency, you don't do none of that.
So it's not.
Emotion is you gotta know how to control that.
Right.
Okay, so emotions are important.
Yeah, but at the right
You gotta know how to
one.
control them.
You gotta know how to control. So, okay, so you say control me. You say the right one. Would you say you need to have all of them and then control them?
Yeah, because it might help you
You're
recognize.
gonna have them anyway.
Well, some people, he's saying the right ones. What if you just don't address those and you be like, I'm gonna just have the ones I need and I'm gonna keep going with life? Okay. Okay, pull it back, Ricky. Pull it back. Okay. So would you say emotions are needed, period?
Yeah,
They need it. Okay. We could agree with. So you gotta learn how to control them. Okay. So how do you know when they're not under control?
Anger, video. Complacency is you trying to, be out of place.
It's when you complain too much. So you saying so in the right environment, you gotta know how to control them.
Yeah.
Okay. But you need them.
Yes.
Okay. So would you say, and this is a hypothetical statement. Well, it's not really. It's got some basis behind it. Every man is an asshole.
A little bit.
We all got issues.
A little bit.
I didn't say nothing about issues. But would you say every man is an asshole? Right. I was gonna get there. Wait, just give me a minute. Not every man. Why would you say that?
If you say his personality,
Well, okay. Let's go a little. Let's start from the root. Define an asshole. Let's start there, because everybody's perspective could be different. Huh? Arrogant? Okay, arrogant.
Not really considerate to people's feelings.
So selfish and not selfless.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. So
it's all about you.
it's all about you. So if it's all about you, do you at not any point in your life think that you need to focus on you, where it is all about you? But you can still balance with kids, though. You can still balance with kids, huh? So okay, so you say you should do that when you're single, not when you're in a relationship. Okay, let's say you do it when you're single. What does the higher power universe do when you're in a relationship?
Send more vibes your way.
Send these tests your way, right? So even though you think you got it when you're single, you actually are going to get tested when you're in a relationship. More. Because they want to see, oh, you say you this, you say you that. Now I'm going to put you to the test. Go ahead and do it, right? So, right. So would you say your asshole tendencies come out after you're in a relationship?
I try to leave with that.
You know what? I agree.
I leave with that.
You leave with the asshole.
If you get the good guy, you gotta earn it. You get burnt up if you leave with that first.
So the asshole comes out only after if you've done me wrong. Oh, okay. So you.
Once I see that.
Oh, okay. So you give a woman 0 and then she get 100.
Yeah. Once you gotta earn it. I gave him 100.
But wait a minute. Okay, wait.
I think they hide until you really get to know them in a relationship. It's like people.
So you're saying a man would hide his asshole tendencies until he's comfortable enough, he's invested enough, then I'm gonna give you the asshole.
Yeah.
Why?
That's people's joke.
Okay, but
put on their good face first.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I'm about that life.
Okay.
I'm an asshole for the jump.
He's an asshole from the jump. Okay. That's why he baits women. Okay. So.
What you said?
Nothing, honey. Okay. I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna hold back on the sarcasm today. So, I tell women when they're dating men, when they have the men, you need an asshole in your life. You do. You need that person to speak up when things aren't going right. Well, because people say you're not supposed to be saying such and such in this environment, but in reality, it has to be addressed. That makes him an asshole, yeah. All right, give me an example, because maybe we probably said the same thing, just different ideas.
I think an asshole is just a selfish person.
Not necessarily.
They're weak all the time. It's all about them.
That's beyond an asshole. That's just you need to go sit in the
It
grass.
seems like leadership, like someone there to guide you when you're wrong.
I wouldn't even see. So to me, leadership would be.
You my girl, and I say, well, I think you should do that.
That's not an asshole. No. No, I'm saying like let's say you're in an environment where something needs to be addressed. Nobody's going to address it. Here comes your man as the asshole and saying, this needs to be done, this to be done, this to be done, this to be done. To the rest of the environment, he's viewed as an asshole because he spoke up opposed to not speaking up and just letting it slide like, all right, this ain't our comfortable space environment. We're in a whole different environment.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Like at a kid's party, it's a kid's party, but I come in here and start regulating. So they doing.
That could be
Ain't my kid.
right.
They ain't my kid at all. I got nothing to do with it. But I come in here,
No.
I start regulating.
You just pulling rank.
All right, what if I do that with my family then? That's a you
So
love.
right. So that means that he cares. No. But to him, he's thinking he's an asshole because he's doing something different. Right? But I'm saying if you're in a place of business, okay, prime example, you're at a car dealership, right? You purchase a car, or your wife purchases a car, and they pull up the car, and ain't nothing done. It ain't cleaned. It ain't. They're like, oh no, the car's ready. Go ahead, take it. And they give you the keys, but you're looking at your wife, and looking at you, and she's like, but it's not done. But they're like, no, you're good to go. So you come up like, listen, let me talk to whoever's in charge. Get this done. And you're yelling in the whole environment. So to other people, you look like an asshole because you're speaking up when they think you shouldn't speak up. Yes, right. No, that's not what it means though. So it's a different perspective. So we'll consider you an asshole because you're speaking up. You're looking at it as leadership, which makes sense because you're like, if things need to be done, I need to be able to get things done. I got to step up and do it. Right. So, okay. So now we could, to other people, right. So what he was saying when he goes into a kid's party and he's like trying to regulate, that's just showing that he cares. Because I'll tell anybody, I'm a village parent. If I see a child, get your, that's what we're here for. We're a community divided. Why? Because we won't take the initiative to actually help each other. Right? Okay. Y'all done lied and lost the whole topic. What were we talking about? I don't even. What was the question? Oh, emotion. Thank you. Right. So, do emotions make you less of a human being? It's part of life. You need emotions. Do you trump your emotions over logic?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Sometimes your emotion might have you in attack mode.
Right.
But logic, I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't gonna miss everything.
Right. So, but y'all, it sounds like what I was hearing from them was that you have to trump your emotions over your logic.
No, I think logic comes first.
Right. Or balancing your emotions with your logic. Like you say, if you're in emotion, you're in attack mode, right? You come for somebody.
So some people emotional. Everything you say is an attack.
But that's not emotional. That's just me. They haven't addressed their inner child. They don't know how to do constructive criticism.
Well, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Right. So if you didn't like when the teacher told you, hey, this didn't do right, and you didn't take it as man, maybe I could do something different.
Yeah.
Opposed to taking it as man, she think I'm less than. She think I'm nothing. I got it.
Yeah.
you becoming a beast for no reason when you could just take it and say, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Yep. Thank you very much. Let me move on amicably, right? Yeah, so when you notice that you get an attack mode when somebody says something to you, at what point do you check yourself and check your emotions to say, hey, maybe I'm not seeing what they see it. Maybe I got to self-assess. Maybe I got to step back. Do you say that after you've been arrested in the back of the cop car? Like, damn, this could have gone totally different.
Hopefully not. Hey, what people do when they see me in jail, you know what? I should have walked away. I should have walked away. But you know what? Maturity, though.
Right.
You find out everybody not attacking you.
Right. But is it, okay, so here's an easy question. Does maturity come with age? What? Okay. You know what? What time is it? I'm taking this thing off, y'all.
If you think like how you would think in your 20s and your 30s are way more cool. Like I just told you what happened. Right. Like in my 20s, I remember my transmission went out on my first car note. I lost the word. I was crying. I was, oh my God, I ain't know what to do though. I didn't know you had what's that shit when you play the deductible when they fix it.
Right.
I didn't know like insurance.
Comprehension and collision.
First car note.
Right.
Now, they stole my car. Like, man, I'm cool. Man, I go get another. Like,
okay.
Easy go.
So, okay.
Hey, Brad, you let your emotions turn you up.
Right.
See,
Okay.
Look, my homegirl, she was more man. She's like, oh my gosh, I would have been crying. I was like, you more mad than me. I said, at least you got your car. Shit.
We're not going to go there today. No, well, I would say this. I disagree with what Ricky was saying where you said age comes with maturity because I've met more mature men in their 20s and more mature men in their 40s, right? But what I would say to what Ram was saying is that experiences make you more mature. You got to learn from your experiences. And for his friend, the female friend that said she would have been spazzing out, she never experienced that yet. She probably didn't, because if she did, she would have been like, oh, I'm cool too. Right. So she clearly, she's telling you her experiences are now very limited. So she would spaz on anything. Let her break a heel on the sidewalk. It's done.
Captain Save him.
He got the K-boy, right? You know that's a red, unless you're willing to be her father.
I met her the other day in basketball. We just hit it off.
No, but I would say, but he's talking about Captain Saver. So, you think you gotta train a woman? You train dogs. You don't train women. You can groom. But again, what are you grooming her for? For her to get up and walk away from you after you done put your time in? What? When you're with somebody, you're not their Captain Save-A-Ho. You're not their dad. You're not anybody that you want them to look up to. If they respect you for who you are, they'll look up to you.
If you met a girl from out of state,
right?
If you got ways of living life and her ways are different, you gotta like groom her to.
That's if she's willing to learn from you. You don't got to do nothing but be you.
She gotta be willing to submit.
If she's willing to learn your style, that's not submission. That's just compromise.
Oh, I thought it was, she gotta know what submit. And she gotta kind of show you like, all right, I'll let you teach me and I'll learn.
But she doesn't have to say anything to learn from you, though. You don't have to say anything to her. No. If she's genuinely for you, your actions speak louder than your words. All across the board.
I feel like if she genuinely for you, I feel like she'll somewhere submit. If she really like you, she'll show you that.
If anything, you would submit more than she would.
I don't know.
Because you realize that she's for you no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. So you'll be, when I say submit, let's take the word submit out. Okay. You'll be more vulnerable to bringing her into your inner circle of your heart. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody submits to anything. We're open to each other's vulnerability.
So the word submission, when do people submit? When they about to get married or they know they...
You submit to a job. You submit to a time clock. No, because they're vulnerable with each other. So they are open to knowing that I can learn from you, you can learn from me. Every day is a lesson and a blessing.
I'm just saying, I thought it was like, okay, we're in the learning phase and I open my book up to you. I'm somewhat submitting, or she opened her book up to me. She's somewhat submitting to me. She lets me know, okay, I'm cool with you. And let's go ahead and rock. Let's do what we're trying to do. Let's learn something.
Well, let me ask you this. when does the learning phase stop?
And you stop calling her.
We gotta take his cape off.
Yeah, that was young smooth, right?
No,
Over. That's what I'm thinking is gonna stop.
If anything-
y'all each other, y'all gonna be motivated and inspired to call each other.
okay, here's an example of when your learning really starts.
Yeah.
Your learning really starts once y'all stop dealing with each other.
Oh, okay.
Because you now learn what went wrong, what could have gone right, and how did I get here? That's when you really start learning, because you realize, damn, she really was a good one. Damn, I didn't see none of that. Damn, I was blind to all of this.
I just kept looking at that blade on her foot. I said I should have kept looking past it.
See, what really would mess you up is the physical. Because the physical is going to change regardless. We're human, we're mortals, right? So if you look past her bunion on her foot,
I mean, I just think, man, we looking for.
no, I get that, but y'all change too, though.
Yeah, after that conversation. Can you read Cat in the Hat? You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, you gotta ask these questions when you.
No, you do have to ask 1,000 questions. You do have to. What time is
Smarter
it?
than a fifth grader. You gotta ask them questions.
But these were okay. So what I say is, when you're courting somebody, you got to court yourself too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody remembers kindergarten. How did you learn in kindergarten?
Listen to the teacher.
Through play. Through play, right? You had your learning centers, right? You had your little block center. You had your little water, which is sand. You had your little touch and texture and all of that. Right. That's how we as adults learn, through play. Right?
Yeah, I hear you, Blair.
See? Shut up. So, when you learn through play, you comprehend easier. Right? So, through your comprehension, you can understand each other's way of thinking. So, you know how to approach the game. Because if you take life so seriously, you get caught up and you're like, okay, now I got control issues. Now I got emotional issues. Now I've created challenges to myself because I've now put barriers instead of boundaries. Right? So that's how you learn. So at what point would you say you need emotions now that you know that life is a game? It is. That's your homework. I'm going to start giving y'all homework. I'm not playing no more. I've been here too long. Huh? What was the question? Wait. So I would say you do need your emotions, yet your emotions are what checks your logic. So let's say you and I get into a disagreement. You say something that it triggered my emotions, right? Opposed to me spazzing out on you, I had to humble myself and say, let me look at that because he's seeing me from the outside. Because that will kind of level me up to another level of logic. So I got to now be mindful of what my perception of growth looks like, right? Does that make sense? So for me, you need your emotions, yet your emotions are what's going to teach you to be a better logical person. It teaches you how to control them, and not necessarily control them. It teaches you what triggers you from your past, where you can't control those triggers, but they're coming up. It's just that now they're coming up. Somebody gives it to you, you're like, damn, do I throw it back? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let me look at this real quick. Let me part it out. Like I said, you got to sit through your own vomit. Everybody got vomit. Most people don't want to sit through their vomit. It's like, no, that's his vomit. That's her vomit. You can't blame nobody else but you. It's your life. It's your life. So at the end of the day, humble yourself enough to know that your emotions are a requirement for your logic. Right? You know what? Somebody put a tape back. I was saying.
Right? I can't disagree with you now. I don't know what you saying.
No, I wasn't saying. What time? I got one more minute. Right. No.
You say, yes, ma'am, ma'am. Nah, man.
I was saying you need your emotions to balance out your logic. And in order for that, because Ricky was saying to control them, and I was like, not necessarily control them, because your emotions are what triggers you from your past. And if you haven't healed your past, they're going to keep looking as triggers. And once you understand where your emotions are coming from, you could then understand what your logic looks like. Right? Right. Nobody attacking you. And nobody attacking you. Right. And that's because that shows how limited your emotions are. Because you haven't controlled it. That's like when I say, how many kids we got in there? 1, 2, 3. Let me say when men use the B word, right? And I always say, when you call a woman that, and I've told many men this, that shows me you don't know your worth. Because number one, a B is who? A what? A female dog. A canine, right? It's not cool. That's not cool, period. That says that 85% that I always talk about.
We say y'all be. It's the same thing. I really don't call. Y'all use dialect.
You said what?
I don't call women like y'all niggas.
I don't, to me, and for a female is compared to a feline, so we act like male cats. You ever seen a male cat act out? They act just like a female, a woman, right? So it's not okay to either use either word, right? But again, the word nigga stems from where? No. Wait. No, the word nigga stems from the Aboriginal word, the Nagas. Those are the original people, Nagas. Because you had the Europeans who didn't know how to speak properly, it got broken down to the word nigga. But it's really from the term the Nagas, which were the Aboriginal people of the world. Do the research. You ain't got to believe me.
I heard the term
Nagas. That's where the word comes from. So it's having to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. But yeah, when people use that word, that shows me and it shows you too, they don't know their own worth. Because now you're stooping to a level of limited vocabulary, limited mindset. You're not using your logic, you're using your emotion. Because you feel some kind of way.
But you say the N-word?
Huh?
So like when people like use the N-word and all that?
Well, no, like I said, the N-word comes from the Nagas, but when they use the B word.
Oh, okay.
Because that, and I've said that to many men and they've understood what I said. Because you have to be in a logical mindset to understand what people are speaking. Because if your perspective is very limited, you're not going to understand what people are saying.
I think a lot of the black people use that word because of the culture, or you know, just say hip hop is just the culture hearing people.
They can say that, but again, if you break down the word culture, what does the word culture mean?
Niggas, I mean,
Shut up.